Bakmam diyor, etrafımı yıkmam diyor. Şanı büyük Osman Paşa, yerden çıkmam diyor. Şanı büyük Osman Paşa, yerden çıkmam diyor.
Hi everyone, welcome to Novel Narratives. Most of you would be watching this vlog from the comfort of your homes or would be traveling back to your homes later on at some point during the day. Let me give you some food for thought. Approximately 44,000 individuals are forced to leave their homes every day. Even as we speak, the number of forcibly displaced individuals worldwide is 120 million. Out of these 120 million individuals, approximately 70 millions are IDPs or internally displaced people, and about 40 to 50 million are refugees. The difference between an IDP and a refugee is that an IDP, though has been forcibly displaced from his home, he continues to stay within the geographical boundaries of his host nation or his home nation. The refugee crosses the international border and moves into some other country. And in the act of crossing over the border and moving to another country, he becomes the responsibility of the host country or various international relief agencies. And he falls within the framework of refugee protection worldwide. These 40 to 50 million refugees whom I was referring to, if you look at their numbers closely, approximately half of these individuals come from just 5 countries: Syria, Afghanistan, Myanmar, South Sudan, and Venezuela. Today, we will talk about We Are Displaced. The author of this book is Malala Yousafzai.
Malala Yousafzai does not require any introduction. She is the only Pakistani to have won a Nobel Peace Prize. She is the youngest Nobel Peace Prize winner, and she is the only Pashtun to have won a Nobel Peace Prize. Malala was living in the Swat Valley in Pakistan, which for obvious reasons is known as the Switzerland of East. While she is growing up, this valley is gradually overrun by the Taliban, and she and people of her village are displaced from their homes. This book has 2 parts to it. The first part is called I Am Displaced, and the second part is We Are Displaced. In the first part, Malala talks about her own journey as a displaced individual and the trials and tribulations she and the people around her face during their displacement. While Malala is working for her charity and for Malala Fund, she comes across various individuals who have faced displacement. She interacts with all these girls, and in the second part of the book, which is We Are Displaced, she talks about the trials and tribulations of many of these girls. The second part of the book captures the journey of various girls trapped in conflict zones across the world: Syria, Iraq, Uganda, Yemen, Myanmar, and many more. Each of these stories is a testament to their never say die attitude and their willingness to take on the odds to make a better life for themselves. Of course, the violence and conflict around them is extremely heartbreaking. Most conflicts in the world are created by leaders or politicians sitting on lofty perches. But in this book, we realize that the brunt of this violence is faced by young children who are displaced from their homes and have been made homeless. The author does very well to capture the sense of homelessness and rootlessness felt by these children, and a sense of yearning in their heart of hearts to go back to their place of origin or to go back to their original homes. As a reader, the biggest takeaway from this book, and I'm saying it from an Indian perspective, is that we Indians have been more fortunate to have periods of political stability, economic progress, a peaceful society around us in most parts of the country. This has enabled a lot of children to have a sound grounding, basic education, and opportunities for a decent livelihood and to excel in their careers. But, and a lot of you would resonate with what I'm about to say next. If you look around closely, and especially towards the youngsters now, you will find a lot of youngsters being generally disinterested about life, being generally disinterested about education, being generally disinterested about attending schools. You will see a lot of youngsters being addicted to the internet, being addicted to the mobile phone. It is a message for these youngsters that if they pick up this book and read, they will realize that though education is a fundamental right, but if you see it from the eyes of those girls who are struggling, that education is a right, but at the same time, it is a privilege. A lot of us are privileged to have a decent education, which has allowed us to stand up on our feet. Of course, I would urge the parents of these children to buy and gift them a copy of this book. The proceeds of the book will, of course, go to the Malala Fund, and this fund will in turn help a lot of those girls whose stories have been told in this book. The YouTube link, the Spotify link, and the Goodreads link of this book review have been shared on the description box. The previous book reviews done on novel narratives, those links have also been shared on the description box. My contact details in terms of my social media handles and my email ID have also been shared in the description box. Please feel free to write into me for me to be able to discuss any other books, or if you have thoughts on this book review, you can share it with me. I would like to sign off now, but I would like to read something. And this is not from the book. These are the most poignant lines of Malala's speech while she was accepting the Nobel Peace Prize. And I'm reading them aloud for you. Dear sisters and brothers, the so-called world of adults may understand it, but we children don't. Why is it that countries which we call strong are so powerful in creating wars, but so weak in bringing peace? Why is it that giving guns is so easy, but giving books is so hard? Why is it that making tanks is so easy, but building schools is so difficult. Signing off from Novel Narratives. Bye everyone. Stay tuned for more.